It's the most wonderful time of the year. This video is coming out on October 1st, and as you might be able to guess, my favorite holiday is Halloween. So, yes, you are going to have to put up with me being ridiculously Halloween enthused for the entire month. Lexi too. Hi girl. And yeah, am I gonna wear a costume every video for the month of October? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, it is the 1st of October, which means someone is very fascinated with my costume. By the way, a little bit of an explanation. Growing up in the 80s and being named Carrie, I've been called Care Bear once or twice a day for most of my life. I finally decided to embrace it, and last year I went to work as a Care Bear, and my work persona is very much a Grumpy Bear, so Grumpy Bear. Yes. Can you go elsewhere now? Anyway, so since it is October 1st, it's kind of a big video today. We've got my learning video. This time I went ahead and tried out some more crochet. So I did I tried to learn the double crochet, and I tried to learn how to flip my work so that I can do more than just one long straight row, because you know, eventually you have to turn. So those are the two things that I learned. I'll throw the video on the end. How did I do? Well, I guess it'll be up to you to decide. So we'll have that. We'll have my September summary. I'll go through everything that I planned to work on in September and how far I got, so you can see. And I'll talk a little bit about my plans for October, which, of course, being as it's my favorite month, I've got some. And I'm quite excited about them. So we'll just go ahead and dive right in. First off, yes, what? I don't know. I can't reach anything. Lexi. Okay. All right, I love you, but get off. Seriously, off. Thank you. Did I just get most evil mom of the year? I hope not. Anyway, I have haul, and I'm pretty excited about it. I got some fun stuff here. First up, I swore I wasn't gonna buy anything else. Do you see how much stuff is here? More than zero. Should open the packages before you turn the camera on. The problem with that is they just arrived. So first, I got a couple new needle minders. These are from Snarky Crafter Designs. And since I was going on Etsy, I just couldn't resist, but here we go. If you can't see them very well, the top one is a Princess Bride themed needle minder. It says "As You Stitch." And the bottom one is a little iridescent heart that says, "This project may contain dog hair." I mean, was there any doubt? It's kind of stating the obvious there. But, so, got new needle minders. I ordered, this is relatively new, it's from Bendy Stitchy. This is the Drama Llama sampler. And we'll let you see that. I have actually requested to get, Michelle from Bendy Stitchy has made a RBG conversion for that one, and I've requested that, and it just changes the quote here in the corner to Ruth Bader Ginsburg quote. So I'm excited to start working on this eventually, someday, maybe. I'll definitely start working on it. The question is, will I finish? And then the last thing I got, I am not really a big Christmas person. Most Christmas projects are a little bit cutesy for my taste. I like to go for the snarky or the nerdy, or I'm not really into like the more primitive looking are cute types of stuff. But I think I've mentioned my mom before. She's kind of like the person that inspired me to craft. She actually was, and if you follow my Instagram, for July 31 Days of Cross Stitch, there was a how you got started in cross stitch. So you might have heard the story that my mom actually cross stitched before I did, and she made me one of those cheesy 80s, like she cross stitched on a sweatshirt, and it was a rabbit in a leotard, and it was supposed to say aerobics for the fun of it. But I've always been a dancer, and so she changed it to dancing, and then she put, instead of tennis shoes, she changed the shoes and made them pink so that they were little ballet shoes. And I thought that was really cool, so when 4-H came around, I decided to sign up for cross stitch, and the rest is history. But my mom was like beachy luau type stuff was her thing. Every year she had a luau party. She collected stuff with umbrella drinks and flip-flops and beach themes, and especially flamingos. And since she passed away 4 years ago, I've slowly started accumulating flamingo stuff. I'm not like, I didn't consciously set out to collect flamingos, but it's kind of happening anyway. So when I saw these ornaments from Hands On Design, I had to get them because they are flamingos. And so the first one is like a pyramid of flamingos, and it is flamingo all the way. And I really hope you can see this stuff because, again, I'm using the back of the camera, so I don't have a picture. I'm just talking to the back of my phone. Then we've got another one with bells on it, and he's wearing cute little candy cane striped socks, and it says flamingo bells. And then the last one, we've got decking the halls with boughs of holly, falamingo. So I got these, and I don't know if I'll do them this year, but I will eventually make them because those have to be on my Christmas tree someday. So that's all my good stuff. My fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics is going to be here tomorrow, so I'm super bummed that I can't show that to you right now. I've heard it's supposed to be awesome. We had a vote whether we wanted to do a wild or a neutral, and we chose wild. And Misty said she absolutely loves this fabric. So I cannot wait to see it, and it should be here tomorrow. But I'm already a day late filming. So we're gonna do it tonight, and you'll just have to see it next week. No big. Okay, so then the next thing that I want to do is give you a summary of what I got done in September. If you'll remember, my goal was to keep up on all of my stitch-alongs that I was current on, to continue working on the birth record, and to any other spare time I had was going to go to the 6 projects I had that are gifts for other people. And I'd also allowed myself some leeway to continue working on the Avatar the Last Airbender stitch along if I'd wanted to, because I was making really good progress on that, and it's a huge project and I was having fun with it, so I wasn't going to like punish myself for doing work. So those are the things that I had planned to work on, and all told there was something like 9 or 10 projects. So as you can guess, I didn't work on everything. I didn't get any work done on We Do Disney. I didn't get any work done on sunflowers. I didn't get any work done on Grimm's Fairy Tales. So, but I did make some progress on some things. Oh, I also didn't get any work done on Defying Gravity, but I did make some progress on some things. So I have them over here, and I have, at some point I am going to learn how to put photos into my YouTube videos, like not interrupting the entire video, but just up in the corner so that when I'm talking about something you could see this. But since I'm already running late this week, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to do the editing that I know how to do. And I will continue to learn that later. And while I'm talking about it, I think one thing I'm toying with doing is switching my videos so that they post on Monday so that I have time to work on them Sunday, because even when I go out of town, I'm always home by Sunday afternoon. So I know that I will be home and able to work on them and edit them. Whereas Tuesdays just seem to be turning into a super busy day for me. And it's hard for me to get everything done that I need to get done. And I don't like to shoot the whip update portions of the videos too soon, because then you won't see any progress. Because if I shoot that on Sunday night, then you miss all day Monday and all day Tuesday's work, which sometimes is not insignificant. And even Sunday night, I could shoot a video and then I could work on it for another 3 hours. So I don't like filming them too far in advance, but at the same time, I'm really stressing myself out by trying to do everything Tuesday morning, which, like I said, seems to be the day that everybody wants to have Zoom meetings and whatnot. So I'm thinking about moving to Sunday. If I do, I will give you warning. It's not going to be like next week, all of a sudden you're not going to have a video and it's going to pop up on Sunday. I will tell you in advance if I do that, but it is something that I'm toying with doing. And if you have an opinion about that, please feel free to let me know. That'd be awesome. So, what did I get done in September? The first thing, the first picture, I took pictures of everything on September 1st to document where I was, and I'll do the same thing tomorrow for November. But the first thing was the temperature stitch along, and here is where I was on September 1st. And you can see that I was kind of along the left side, just barely had turned the corner from the top. And here is where I am today. You can see, from just barely turning the corner, we've come all the way down. I'll move it a little bit closer, but I don't want to move it so much that you can't see it. So there's where we are. We are starting to get some wonderfully, mercifully cooler temperatures. I had that completely upside down. I am sorry. We've done a lot more than that. I was up here before, and now I'm down here. So I got all of this. I was going to say, that didn't look like a whole month's worth of stuff. So here, let's look at it the right way. But as I was saying, we have gotten a lot cooler temperatures. The last 2 weeks, we have not hit the high 80s at all. So the last time I did orange was over here, which was over 2 weeks ago. So we're just doing like the high yellows, but yesterday it was actually pretty cold and our high was in the greens. It was, I think, 64 maybe? 68 or 64, I can't remember. And the lows are getting to the point where they're almost starting to get blue again. So that's how far I've gotten on that one. That one I haven't gotten anywhere, the next picture. The picture after that is Dark Queen of the Seas. And on September 1st, I had not started it at all. So you can see I have my brand new, completely untouched Ada. It's Bewitched by Under the Sea Fabrics. It was created especially for this stitch along. And, sorry, for a second I thought my phone might have turned off. Here is where I am today. Now, this is not where I should be. I'll move that a little closer so you can see my two little fishies. Well, my fishy and a half. Unfortunately, by today, because tomorrow pattern 2 drops, I should have 3 fishies. Should have this one, and there should be another one out here. So I did not get as far on this one as I wanted to. But isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I think it's so pretty. And I can't wait to see tomorrow what month 2 is going to bring. And I'm gonna do my best to keep close to up with this one. So cute. Next up is another one that I didn't even have started yet. So I planned to do this one on Mystic Fabrics Galaxy. So there you have the untouched Aida cloth at the beginning. This is 16 count Galaxy from Mystic Fabrics. And I didn't get a ton done on this one. Oh, my needle minders are sticking together. Just a very little bit. It goes this way. So you can see I've just got the top of one paw print and the bottom of the other one. So just barely getting started on this one, but I've got plenty of time and I'm not stressed about it yet. That one I didn't get done, that one I didn't get anything done. Aha, the big one. The birth record. And let me move this. Trying to cover that last name because I forgot to bring my sticker down. So, if you remember, oh, I just need to take this out completely. If you remember where I was on September 1st, here is where I was. So I almost had the first name finished, and I had started a little bit on the weight. And boy, have I made some super progress on this one. Let me move my needle minder over here so it can totally drop off. So anyway, here is where I'm at with this one. So you can see I've got all of the birth weight done. I've got the birth time. I'm working on the length. I got the first name completely done. This one, I am really hoping I finish this month. So I'm really hoping. I think I will. I think I can do it. And then I can pick a new priority project that I'll make that kind of progress on every week. Or every month. That was a month. That one I haven't gotten anything done on. Alright, I'm going to mention this one. I didn't get anything done on this one, and there's a reason. This is Everything is Fine, the Good Stitch, or the Good Place Stitch Along from Son of a Stitch. And the reason I didn't get anything done on this one was because I decided not to do it this month. And I think I've explained this before. There's a, since I decided to do it as one big piece, there is one more pattern that I'm going to have slots on my stitch along fabric. So there was 1 month I had to take off, and this is the month I decided to do it. This month was Derek, who is not, out of the 11 characters, he was my least favorite. So I decided not to do it. So I made zero progress because I intentionally didn't work on it. So here's my starting point for next month, which is Tani. And she's gonna go over here next to Michael. And I lost my needle minder on that one, but I'll find it later. It's no big thing. So, I'm gonna get back on track with that one. I didn't work on that one. All right, this one I don't think I did very much on. actually looking at it, I did none. So in case you were wondering, this is where I'm still at with Avatar: The Last Airbender Stitch Along. I think actually there might be a little bit more blue over here, but I really didn't get very far on this one. I hoped I would, and I didn't. Oh, there's my needle minder for good place. Stitching Book Club, Frankenstein. You'll remember on September 1st, this had dropped a little bit ahead of September. So on September 1st, I was here. So I had the name done, and I had a little bit of frame, and I had most of the first square done. And here's where I am on September 30th. So I finished the bottom square, I got the top square done, and I have started on part 2, which is these 2 squares here. This one in the center is a little bit bigger, and then there's a littler one off to the side here. So I'm working on that one. I think the next pattern drop is in 2 weeks. So making progress on it. It's growing on me. When I first started it, they were just the colors that I had, and I didn't really like it. I thought it looked kind of like some sort of like ice cream, like Neapolitan ice cream. I just didn't really like it, but it's growing on me, especially the more stitching gets done. When I just first had the name, I didn't like it that much. Give me 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Oh goodness, I don't know where my next one is. Okay, here we go. And then the last thing, no, there are 2 other things. The other thing I worked on this month, and I don't have a starting picture for it, is Stitchonomy's Halloween Stitch Along. Starts tomorrow. One square a day, every day for all through the month of October. And so I started the frame, and all I really did was the top. Got my cauldrons and my little skull with angel wings and halo ready to go. So I'm ready for the first pattern drop on that. That was just a quick little project that didn't take me long at all because I fill in borders as I go. And then the last one. Who even knew I still know how to finish something? I certainly didn't, but I have a finish. So on September 1st, Wonders of Space, is this still September 1st? I took this picture on August 24th, but it doesn't matter because this is still what it was. This is what Wonders of Space looked like. You can see it still had this nice little lonely hole in the top. And it is now finished. So here we have the completed Wonders of Space. The last month was the Pleiades. I am super thrilled with how this turned out. I am going to wash this one. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to keep it for myself. It's going to hang in my guest room. And I am really excited because it's going to have a matching pattern next year, because starting in January of 2021, we are going to start the Wonders of the Solar System. So this was by Climbing Goat Designs. Awesome, awesome job. I just love her use of color. I think it made this look so realistic. There were some words. There was a quote on the top and the bottom, but where I'm planning to put it, I think it was just going to look better without it, so I kind of cleaned up the bottom a little bit. as you can see, it's not perfect. I've still got a couple holes where I didn't trust myself to do her level of color arranging, where I didn't have something in pattern. But I tried to make it so not so obvious that there were supposed to be words there. So there it is. It's done. Eventually I'll frame it, and then you'll get to see it one last time before it goes up on my wall. And I'm so thrilled with how it turned out. Really, really. So that is what I did in September. What's my plan for October? Well, you've already seen a lot of it. I'm going to continue with Stitching Book Club. The Stitchonomy Stitch Along is coming up. I'm going to continue with Dark Queen of the Seas, with Everything is Fine. I'm going to try my hardest to finish the birth record. And that should probably cover most of it, to be completely honest. But wait, what else am I going to do? Well, first I need a new priority project. If I finish the birth record, I'm going to need a new project that needs to be my first priority. And the one that I've picked for that is Grimm's Fairy Tales, because I am pathetically going into October and I just finished February. And this one I'd like to have finished sooner rather than later, so I think it would be a good one to go ahead and focus on catching up while I'm making it a project. It was kind of a stretch goal for me to have this one done in time for Christmas, which would basically mean I'd have to be caught up by December 1st, so that when December comes in, I have most of December to work on it and then find a frame and get it framed. I don't think that's going to happen, but I still want to give it my best shot. So I'm going to make this my new priority once the birth record is finished. I have to do at least 100 stitches on this one every day before I do anything else. And it's really adorable, and I'm feeling bad that I didn't get that far. So there's that one. And then my theme for October is going to be my spooky projects. And I don't really have a lot of those, which is another good thing, because I mean, you saw how much extra work I got done last month. I barely scratched any of the gifts. So I have two witchy projects. The first one is, I mentioned last month, is Defying Gravity, which is a Wicked themed project. And I've gotten barely started on it. Just a teeny tiny bit of her face. Are you gonna make yourself comfortable? I feel like it's a magic trick. First you see it, now there's a dog. And now she's gone again. So Defying Gravity is one of the ones that I'm gonna work on. I mean, it can't get much further behind than this. Really, seriously, are you like having, there we go. I think she's settled down. And the other one I am planning to work on is The Witch's Spell by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this one, I've gotten a little bit further on, not very far. So here's where I'm at. In case you're interested, this fabric is called Atlantis. It's by Stitch Me Fabrics, and it was their fabric of the month in February or March, somewhere in there. So this is as far as I've gotten with this one. It's just barely started. But I do actually, since this one's an actual chart, rather than a lot of what I get is downloads, I actually do have the finished picture for you. So that's what this one will look like when it's done. I additionally have two other projects. Sorry, my watch is being a pain. I've had it cut out on me a couple times, the camera, so I get really nervous about it, so that's why I come back and check. And fortunately, my watch, I can check that it's still recording. There are two other things I could work on if I convince myself not to have any new starts. If I convince myself to go ahead and do some new starts. I have two other spooky projects because Halloween is my thing. These are not the only Halloween projects I have, but they're the ones that I'm most likely to go ahead and jump into. The first one you saw a couple weeks ago is Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. I don't know what fabric I would do that one on. I'm thinking, I was originally thinking Gilded by Mystic Fabrics, which is a deep, like a goldenrod color. But I worry that the moon would be lost in that one. So the other one I'm thinking of is Bugs and Hisses, which was the September fabric of the month and was the orange and brown one. I think that this orange is enough different that it won't get lost, and also every place that it's orange is backstitched. So that might be the better choice. If I do decide to work on this, I might actually ask everybody's opinion. I might bring the fabrics out, bring the pattern out, and say, what, this one or this one? This one or this one? So maybe you guys can help me figure that out. And the last one is another Autumn Lane Stitchery. I just love their projects. Dark Queen of the Seas is also an Autumn Lane Stitchery. And this one is Midnight Brew. So that's what it looks like. And if I do this one, I'm going to do it on Mystic Fabrics Please Scream Inside Your Heart, which is a deep wine color, because I just think that'll look awesome and it'll really pop on that. I don't have a lot of purplish ones. I do have a couple, but they're a lot paler than this. So I think that the wine would just be really fun with this one. So that's what I'll do if I start this one. I'm trying to convince myself I don't need any new starts. And of course I have Sister Suffragette, which I said that I wanted to start and still haven't gotten around to yet. And there's also a Ruth Bader Ginsburg in Memoriam stitch along in one of my groups, Snarky and Modern Embroidery. They're doing a Ruth Bader Ginsburg memorial stitch along, which I have the fabric pulled for that, and I have the patterns printed, but I haven't actually started yet. So those also may pop up. In case you haven't noticed, I have a really bad habit of biting off more than I can chew. I don't apologize for it. That's how I am. One other thing that I haven't updated you guys on lately. And that's because every time I go to do an update, it is downstairs in my car because I carry this around with me hoping that I'll have time to work on it, and I never do. But if you want to see how the Knot webinar shawl is coming along. And I had a brief moment of terror earlier tonight when I went to pull this out to show you, and it had fallen off both ends, both needles, and I was trying to recover stitches before they got dropped. I was having a nightmare that I was going to have to completely start over again, that it was going to be beyond recovery, but it wasn't. So here's where I'm at with this one. It's really hard to show you because, like I said, that's how long my needles are, and you can see all of this bunched up in the middle. But I'm about halfway through this last section of mesh. So I just have to repeat what I've already done. Then there'll be just a teeny tiny bit of this garter, and then I'll bind off. So I've got maybe 20 rows left on this. The problem is every row takes me an hour right now because I'm just not really good at knitting. Knitting lace with all the yarn overs and knit together and drop and slip knit and all that stuff. I'm still learning how to do that, and I just don't have the dexterity yet. So this is taking a lot longer than I hoped. But hopefully now that it's fall and it's sock weather, if you listen to Sawbones, then you've heard that. Everybody talks about sweater weather, but I prefer sock weather. So now that it is sock weather, I can start hopefully on my socks. I need to finish this and start on my socks. So there you have it. That's what I've been working on. That's what I'm planning to work on. And now I am going to pop you over to my learning video, which you'll see was done a while ago before I had the bright hair, back when my hair was a normal color. My video on learning how to do the double crochet stitch and learning how to turn a row. So I hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to dip back into crochet. I've been practicing a little, not a whole lot. Still trying to learn how this goes, but I have my little loop here. And we'll see if we can get that a little closer. Yeah, I've been doing just a chain and then a row and then a chain and then a row and ripping it out because the problem is that I don't know how to start a new row. So that's one of the things that we're going to work on today. The other thing I'm going to try out is the double crochet. So I've got my old scrap yarn that I've been using to learn all of this stuff ready to go. We're going to get started and see how this goes. Alright guys, so here we go. And of course, the moment I start things, in comes the prowler. Hopefully she'll leave us alone. Oh, yeah, she's bored. Okay. So, first to review what I already supposedly know, which you're going to find out is actually not that great. I've practiced, but I'm still not great, so I'll chain a few stitches here. And usually I'm pretty proud of the fact that I can actually do this, so of course as soon as I turn the camera on, guess what's not gonna work? Oh boy. All right. Some of these are super loose. But I'm trying, and I am not counting, I'm just doing a bunch. So, all right. So, there we go. I know how to chain. Yay! I also allegedly know how to single crochet. So, again, we'll see, and this is where allegedly I know how to do it. Wow, this is actually going a lot easier than I thought it would, which should give you an idea of how painful crocheting has been for me so far, because I know that this is by no means elegant. But for me, this is actually pretty good. So I'd much rather be cross-stitching or knitting or anything, but I said I was going to learn this, so here we are. Yep, that was a really loose loop. All right, now that I've reminded you of my lack of prowess on, oh gosh, look at that, isn't that awful? On single crochet, now we're going to practice turning the row. And if I remember correctly, this is supposed to be easy. Famous last words. Would help if I actually was holding the yarn and not the tail. Okay, that all I need to do here is chain one, and then turn my work over and start again, hopefully not getting that tail in there. So believe it or not, I am getting better. I know, this is probably painful for anyone who actually knows how to crochet to watch. I'm sorry. We all learn somehow, right? Alright, at the end, then we chain one and turn our work. And go back in. And the other thing I remember from the tutorial is you're actually supposed to go under both of these loops. See, there's two there. I don't think I mentioned that the first time. I may not have been doing it right either, but there's that. All right, so yeah, I got a couple turns in. There we go. I think that's right. I hope it's right. Now we'll move on to the much more daunting double crochet. So yeah, let me chain a few stitches on really quick. Hi, Lulu. No, that wasn't an invitation to come over. She really is trying to get close to me, but I've got the floor strategically covered with stuff, so hopefully she won't. I think I'm about to lose though. Leave that be. Leave that be. Now she thinks she's trapped. She walked under the cord for the light, but she's scared to walk back under it. So she thinks she's trapped. Oh my gosh. Not the brightest bulb, are you? It's a good thing you're cute. So if you hear her whining, that's why. She thinks she's trapped and she wants to leave, and I'm not getting up right now. Okay, so I've chained a few stitches, and this should give me enough room to actually practice a few double crochets. So here we go. For double crochet, what you need to do is go in the 4th loop, not the 1st. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, first you've got to yarn over. Don't forget to yarn over. All right. Then we go in the 4th loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that through. Come on. So that there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. Go through the first 2. Oh, you're fine. So now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and go through both of those. And there's a double crochet. I keep wanting to say double cross stitch. I don't know why. All right, so let's try it again. Yarn over. Through the loop. Yarn over. Through the loop. Yarn over. Pull out. Yarn over. First 2 loops. Yarn over. Last 2 loops. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am not good at this. For real, those of you that do this all the time, props. Because this is frustrating. I would say it's more frustrating than knitting. All right, there we go. Two. Through the 2, yarn over, through the 2. Oh boy. Yeah, totally props to those of you that do this all the time. Because I cannot figure this out. Oh boy. There. And through the first 2. Just the first two. But the first two. Goodness gracious. All right, I think it's that one. All right. Wait, what did I just do? Oh goodness, guys. Alright, let's try this again. I guess I still have to talk out loud. Yarn over. Into the chain. Doesn't look like I'm in the chain, the right spot. Yarn over. Into the chain. Yarn over, pull through. 3. All right. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2. Pull through the first 2. All right. Yarn over. Pull all the way through. Seriously, guys, this is so embarrassing. I much more prefer the videos where I know what I'm doing. Alright. That's the same loop. Alright. Are we at the end of this row yet? Come on. All right. First 2. All right, am I maybe getting the hang of this now? I don't know. But I do know that I'm almost at the end of the row. So excited. Come on, we can do it. We're almost there. Ah! You get out. No, you stay. Never mind. You stay. You get out. All right. All right. Come on. All right, last chain. Just through 2. Don't get too excited. All right, so there's my first attempt at double crochet. Not great, but hey, there's a first time for everything. And of course, as with all of it, hopefully I'll keep practicing. Also, now that I know how to start a new row, I can start my first project. The tutorial that I watched to learn how to single crochet and how to start a new row has a, pattern for a simple washcloth, so that's what I'm gonna start with first. Hopefully eventually I'll get the hang of this and future videos won't be nearly. So there we go. I think it's safe to say I'm still not a fan. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. I'll keep practicing. Hopefully I'll get better. I'm sure a lot of the reason that I don't like it is because I'm not very good at it and I'm clumsy and it makes my fingers hurt because I'm not used to the motions. But yeah, right now I'd much rather knit. I'd much rather cross stitch. So I think that's what I'm gonna do now, is get some more work in on some of my stitches. So there you have it. I hope that you found that at least partially amusing, as frustrating as it was for me to learn how to do. But anyway, I think we're both gonna say goodbye for this week. Somebody is, she's conked out. So, from Lexi and I, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye!